What is good, group number one? For those of you who are drawn to the first image, this is going to be you all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on what era are you stepping into? What era is group number one stepping into? I'm getting the word serenity. I don't know if that could be somebody's name, um, but I'm also getting peace from this. So I feel like you're stepping into an era that I'm getting that the things around you are calming down. I feel like you have maybe been in quite a bit of a chaotic energy. Someone here could be um, either about to come upon, or in the middle of, or have just finished their Saturn return. It's not for everybody. Um, but I feel like, you know, things around you have been kind of crazy. Which I mean, things around all of us have been really crazy, in the world that we live in. Um, but I feel like in the midst of that chaos and that storm, you found that peace in the middle of it. And I feel like this new era is um, now going to be an outward, um, what's the word I'm looking for? That peace that you found inward is about to start showing outwardly, externally in your external world. Um, I'm getting that you're already starting to notice a lot of signs and synchronicities regarding it, whether you're noticing it or not. Something very significant about animals, and specifically certain colors of the animals. I'm seeing like a white bird. Um, I'm seeing like a brown lizard. Um, am I seeing a snake also? Specifically a black snake. I forget what those are called. Like there's a specific um, breed, I guess, of them. 222, 1111 can be significant also. 534. You may be seeing a lot of consecutive numbers as well. But the signs and synchronicities around you, something about music is significant here also. Maybe there's been certain lyrics that have been kind of really sticking out to you a lot lately. Those are absolutely signs and synchronicities for you too. Not just your echolalia. But yeah, I just feel like, that peace that you found on the inside is about to start showing, in your in your reality. So congratulations on that. Um, into entering into an era of peace, rest, and rejuvenation. Okay, can I get some more cards on? Tell us a little bit more about this next era. I feel like you're now in alignment. Yeah, Hangman, you surrendered. You're in the energy of surrendering, and that's the eye. What is it? The eye of the storm. The hurricane, the, the cloudy part of it. Is the chaotic, the hectic part of it. But in the middle of it, of the storm, is serenity, is peace, is it's actually quite quiet. Um, so that's the energy you've been in, is this energy of surrender and letting go, and just kind of learning to kind of go with the flow of life. Something about flow state can be significant for you here also. Um, but again, part of this era that you're stepping into is an era of surrendering, an era of enlightenment, and just truly letting go and going with the flow of life and letting things flow to you. You're not fighting the current anymore. You are letting things go. Um, I'm also hearing somebody being like, "Well, I mean, how much worse can it get?" And even though that may come off as a little negative, it's it's kind of true. The only way up, the only way, what's the phrase? The only way, or the only direction now is up, or something like that. I forget the phrase, but I feel like that's kind of the energy that you're in. It's not that you don't care about anything. It's not that you don't care about life or your circumstances. It's more of so, again, you've learned that you can only let go and let God. Ooh, look at these major arcanas. Ooh, yeah. You've definitely entered into an era, um to where you're no longer. I feel like you'll no longer be struggling, and this feels like a heavy internal energy. You got the strength in reverse, and then this Ten of Swords here, along paired with this Hangman energy. Um, Sorry, I got a little distracted. I did a little bit of spell work last night. I guess I didn't clean up good. But anyway, I feel like you've done a lot of inner work, a lot of facing your demons, um, and finding that inner strength. With this strength in reverse here, finding that inner strength, that inner courage, that inner bad bitch energy. Like, to be honest with you, and you are the chariot here. Ooh, I don't think I can show that. So you're now moving forward. You've gone within. You've done the inner work. You've done a lot of introspection. The chariot is about willpower. So now you are pushing forward with the power that you have claimed back and the power that you have called back to yourself. You may have been doing a lot of um, shadow work or inner work involving calling your power back. And I feel like because you have done that quite successfully, if I may add, you're now ending the end of this cycle of having to do so much heavy shadow work and inner work and listening to all these readings about how much shadow work you need to be doing and how much healing you got to be doing. I feel like you've done, a good heavy chunk of that. Now, when it comes to healing, that's going to be a lifelong thing. You'll never get to the point to where you just don't heal anymore. Um, you'll be doing that until the day that you leave this earthly plane. Um, but as far as a lot of a lot of healing involving your self-worth, your self-value, recognizing your power, realizing who you are, stepping into your authenticity, that type of self-empowerment inner work, that's done. You've completed that. And it's been a hard, long journey and cycle. If you look on the image here, he got all these swords stuck into his suit here. But on the opposite side of it, um, he stepped out of that and he's now in, it's almost like he shed this old skin. And he's now in this, stepping into a new skin. And then you have this eclipse up here, which represents a powerful transformation. Um, and that's what you've gone through. You've gone through a very, very, very powerful transformation, a very tough time, like super tough for you, but you made it through it. I'm hearing what's it what is the show? Dora the Explorer, and she's like, "We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. Some. We did it." Dun, 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 dun. So you may be kind of at this time right now cuz um after she says that line, then she kind of goes into like all the things that she overcame in that episode. She does a little verse about that. So I feel like that's kind of the energy that you're right now as you're um, waiting for this new era to begin for you. You're kind of in this review, um, hangman energy, and this energy of reviewing, the lessons that you've learned, the wisdom that you've cultivated through these experiences. You've gained so much wisdom. You've become a lot wiser than what you were before you went into that certain journey or lesson. Which many of you, this could have been years in the making. Um, so you may have found yourself, um, as of lately, kind of like having a lot of thoughts of like certain traumas that you've experienced, um, certain obstacles that you've had to overcome. Um, I don't know why I feel like like I feel like I want to cry. I don't know. Some of you may be purging, doing a lot of purging right now. You may be doing quite a bit of like crying or being a little bit. You may find yourself being a little bit more emotional lately. Um, I'm also getting an energy of gratefulness. You've been very grateful for your experiences and for the things you've gone through, but also very grateful for having that strength and that ability to overcome that and not come out of it bitter like some people are. A lot of people go through a lot of things, especially like older generations, and that's not to shit on the boomers, kind of. But a lot of older generations have gone through a lot of things, but a, a lot of them just don't haven't really learned what they needed to learn. They've it caused a lot of them to become very bitter and mean and um just holding on to habits and mindsets and behaviors that just don't serve them. And I feel like that's the opposite of you. You've gone through quite a bit yourself in your life, but you didn't let it change you. You let it change you, absolutely, because I mean, again, you shed old skin. You let it change you, but you let it change you for the better. Um, you're not walking around scorned and bitter and all that shit. You're choosing to look at things from a different perspective, a higher perspective and higher point of view, this hangman energy. So kudos to you. Group number one, it's really hard. I'm hearing generational curse breaker. You've gone through all of this to be able to break all of these, to be able to break cycles that have really been a shadow of your family, and of your ancestry, but you were chosen to, go in that shadow and to deal with all those demons with this strength energy here. And again, you've come out on top. At the bottom, on the other bottom of the deck here, um, you have the King of Pentacles. Um, so again, it's the energy of wisdom, um, resourcefulness. You've gained a lot of, I'm hearing street smart. Some of you may be book smart as well, but I feel like you've gained a lot of street smart for, maybe some of you have to be in a little bit of survival mode or, had to kind of scrape and get by in some ways. But that has, again, those were lessons that taught you how to be more resourceful, how to use your resources, how to have a better relationship with your finances, or how to, um, you know, um, be okay with asking for help and support from others around you. And I feel like part of this new era that you're stepping into is you're entering into a very wealthy era. It could be monetary, it can be a wealth of love, a wealth of friends, a wealth of resources, a wealth of good health. You know, wealth can look a lot of different ways and come in a lot of different forms. So take what resonates here. Whatever you feel like you've been lacking is what you're about to gain so much of, like more than you may even be able to handle. Um, Any advice or guidance for group number one as they enter this new era? Okay, I will take this. Patience. Exercise. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Now, Spirit, why you give me a hard word? I'm about to butcher it. Equanimity. Equanimity. Oh my gosh. Y'all, please don't laugh at me in the comments. And please don't get on my head in the comments either. But it says, have patience with yourself and those around you. Don't be afraid to ask others to be patient with you while you figure things out. So um, as you're shedding old skin, um, you are again, you're in the energy of self discovery and learning more about yourself, or more so learning more about this new version of you that you are presenting to the world. So the advice is to have patience with yourself. Um, and like it says here, to have patience with those around you also. So as you are also getting to know this new version of yourself, other people are going to be getting to know this new version of yourself. Um, so have patience with those people who may recognize you from an old version of yourself. Um, you have to reintroduce yourself, you know? So again, just have patience with people who may be just used to who you were in the past. Um, especially if this is certain people who may be coming back around from your past, who knew you at a different version or a different point in your life, who may be coming back around and getting to know this new you. So again, I feel like the biggest advice here is just to have patience with that. Have patience with yourself. Um, there's not necessarily a finish line here. It's more so of just enjoying the journey and enjoying the process, which is beautiful all in itself. This is such an exciting time for you, group number one, and I'm really excited and ecstatic for you to, you know, get to know who you are now, and getting and letting others get to know you as well. There may be some heart chakra expansions. Heart chakra is your ability to both give and receive love equally. So you may be kind of going through that. I'm getting throat chakra as well. I'm drawn to her throat here. So heart chakra and throat chakra could be very significant um, energetic points that you may need to pay a little bit closer attention to, and work a little bit more diligently on. But outside of that, group number one, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out. What is good, group number two? For those of you who are drawn to the second image, this is going to be you all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on um oh shit, I forgot the reading. Wait. Getting some messages on your next era. What era are you stepping into? Why did I forget that for a second? And I'm not going to edit that out. All right, so as I'm tapping into y'all's energy, I'm hearing the song from The Little Mermaid, Part of Your World. So that movie can be significant for you, or that song can be significant for you. Um, so something significant about stepping out of hermit mode, kind of getting out there in the world a little bit more. But also like part of this new era is like you seeing a different part or of the world. Maybe some of you could be traveling soon, or you may be entering into an era to where you're traveling more. You're not just planning one trip a year. You may be getting to an era to where you're planning multiple trips a year, whether it's vacation or business or, whatever reason you feel like traveling, you do that. So I feel like you're going to be traveling a lot more. You're going to be meeting a lot more people. Part of this new era is more socialization. So you're going to be socializing a lot more, meeting new people, networking a lot more, making more connections. Spirit wanted me to say um, valuable connections. So not just, meeting random people. I mean, of course, it's going to be random people at the start, but meeting people who are going to actually play a key role in your life, or people who maybe you were even meant to help or be a part of their life. Whether you're meant to be in their life for a season or they're meant to be in your life for a season, take where it resonates. Sometimes we're sent to certain people, or we meet certain people for a specific reason. Maybe we're meant to help them in some sort of way, or maybe we're meant to give them some sort of message or words of encouragement, or maybe we're meant to be their friend or their partner. Whatever the reason may be. It can be serendipitous. But again, I feel like a big thing is meeting new people and um, building connections with others. I'm seeing a bridge. So you can be, again, like building bridges with other people. 555 is significant. It's on my clock up here. Um, why am I seeing like the Earth, the planet, but there's this huge bridge connecting one side of the Earth to the other? I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but it makes sense in my mind's eye. Um, so I feel like you're part of the collective, a part of you networking and putting yourself out there and connecting more with others. I feel like it has a much more, a bigger cosmic um, reasoning behind it. I feel like part of your purpose, on in this specific lifetime is to, you know, build connections with others to bridge the bridge a gap. What does that mean, Spirit? Bridging a gap. Bridging a gap. I don't know. Spirit said leave it at that, and I will leave it at that. So I don't know. Bridging a gap. That's seems very powerful, but also very significant, but also a little bit confusing. Um, oh, you're meant to help raise the vibrations on the planet. You're meant to help connect others with source, with spirit, God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, creator, source, it doesn't matter. It's different names for the same phenomenon. You're meant to help connect others with source, with spirit. That's very interesting. And it's going to be done in a lot of different ways because it's a big collective here. Some of you may work, it may be more so through your career. Others of you, this could be more so of you just, again, like traveling, going out, having fun, meeting new people, talking about your experience. You know, um, something could be significant about teaching. Someone here could be, um, being called to teach, whether it's like in a school or, maybe teaching your own courses or class or program or something like that. Um, I'm also getting professor. Somebody here, you can be a professor. You're meant to impart your wisdom and your knowledge onto the generations that are coming up. That's a powerful message, group number two. That's super powerful. That's a big responsibility. That's a huge responsibility. I hope you are up for that. Because that's part of your soul contract. But it doesn't seem hard. It doesn't seem like you're going to have to put much effort into it. I feel like the only effort is going through certain experiences and gaining, certain wisdom from those experiences, and then just kind of living life based off of what you've learned, and talking to people about it. sharing your stories with others, something significant about storytelling, something significant about a book. You can be called to be an author in this lifetime. Ooh, group number two. My goodness. Ooh, like I'm getting chills all over my body. I'm over here wiggling in my seat. Like I can't even sit still. Ooh, okay. Okay, let me calm down. Let me get a few cards here because I don't want the reading to be too long. Tell us a little bit more about this era that group number two is stepping into. Your compassion is needed, is what I'm hearing. Six of Pentacles. So definitely again sharing your gifts, sharing your experiences with others. Um, and it's funny that I was talking about like a bridge, and this kind of looks like the pentacles here are kind of shaped like a like a bridge over him, over the guy here. Um, it even looks like he's kind of standing at maybe like a ledge or something here. Um, but again, it's like sharing your compassion, your wisdom, your knowledge, um, or with others. I don't know. Something very can be very significant about you maybe working with youth, like kids, um, children, teenagers. That's not for everybody. That could be maybe for half of you here. If not right now in your career, maybe, kind of later on in life, you may decide to pick up that mantle. Um, so this next era, one is going to require a lot of boundaries with this seven of wands energy. I feel like you're going to be meeting so many people and connecting with so many people, but it's going to be important for you to have those boundaries set up, but also still being compassionate, still being your loving and sweet self. But finding with the Six of Pentacles in the middle, with balance here, this is you finding that balance between, you know, um, again, like being kind and loving and sweet to people, but also not letting people cross your boundaries and overstep you, in that way as well. What else? um, you can be receiving a lot of gifts in this next era of yours as well. And that may be a part of how you'll be able to do a lot of these things like traveling and, seeing the world and meeting other people and such. I'm also getting an energy of like, you may feel a call to, go out one night. You may want to go to a bar or something like that. Maybe you go in and you don't really have any money like that or don't have enough money, but you're meant to be there because there may be someone there that you're meant to talk to and connect with. So the gift from the universe could be somebody may buy your drinks for you, or the person may buy your drinks for you, things like that. I'm getting a lot of serendipitous blessings coming towards you, group number two. So it may not necessarily be a huge influx of money, but it can be trickles of blessings to where, you know, you may want the money for a certain thing, but the universe is like, you know, here's somebody who's actually just going to give it to you. You don't have to have the money for it. I'm blessing somebody else to be able to bless you with this thing that you want or need. So that's how I see the universe really, working with you in this next era and you co-creating with the universe. As long as you're listening to your intuition with this Queen of Cups energy, um, and doing the things you feel called to do and going the places you feel called to go, and speaking to the people you feel called to speak to, the universe will reward you for that and for being obedient. Something about obedience can be very significant when it comes to your intuition and your connection with source, with God, with the universe. Four of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. So you're entering into a very stable era. So things are definitely becoming more stable for you. Um, the number four can be significant, 444 or 44. I'm also getting like four legs on a table. The four legs on a table is actually holding the table up and sturdy. Um, so that's the energy I'm picking up here too. Is um, again, like you being a lot more stable with your finances is very significant. And also stable emotionally with this Queen of Cups and Four of Pentacles. Um, yeah, I see you gaining a lot more stability within your heart. Um, and that comes from you purging and releasing and also the allowing new to come in. You may find yourself purging a lot, maybe crying a lot or just doing a lot of releasing lately, but that's for you to make room for new connections and new people to enter into your life. Um, anything else on these? What's over here? Ooh, the tower. Yeah, and that's the energy of serendipity that I was picking up on. This next era is, it feels almost like a spiritual awakening, but not in like a toxic and tumultuous way, like how things may have started off for you when you started your journey of spirituality. But this feels more of like a spiritual awakening or an awakening of your purpose, an awakening of your gifts, your talents. Some of you here, you have the gift. I'm picking up that somebody here has the gift of gab. You have the gift of influence. You're able to, um, make an impact over people's lives and influence others in a very positive and meaningful way. Now, some people use that gift for not the best intentions, but again, going back to obedience, you're going to be called to use your gift to help others, to influence others in a positive way. People really look up to you and really admire you, group number two. They admire your strength. They admire your, I'm hearing tenacity. They admire your calmness. You have a very calm energy to you, and people really admire that and look and appreciate that about you. um Keep that, don't get too influenced by the world and you know and get into temptation and start to take advantage of that fact that people listen to you. People listen to you a lot more than what you may think they do. um or people really value your words and your insight and your feedback a lot more than you think. So again, you use that for good and not for evil. Um, and I feel like again the universe will bless you tremendously and greatly for using your gifts appropriately. Okay, I want to get one card on any advice or guidance for you as you move forward into this next era of yours. Okay, thank you. Let it be. Trust universal wisdom. There is more to this situation that meets the eye. Set aside the need to know and to control the outcome. You may be surprised by what happens. So, this is about surrendering, letting go, and just going with the flow of life. Again, it's the energy of, listening to your intuition and going with the flow of your intuition. What is that gut feeling telling you to do? Like, where are you being called to go? Maybe for some of you, you may have had a certain place in your mind that you may have been like, oh, I want to go to this place, or I want to visit this event, or I'm feeling really called to go to this restaurant. You know, don't mistake it for your ego. Um, because we can easily get caught up in our ego and be like, oh, well, I wanted McDonald's. Yeah, my intuitions tell me to go get McDonald's, knowing full well that you just wanted to go to McDonald's, you know? So again, just be careful with that. Not holding you off and not telling you not to do it. You do got the Four of Pentacles here, which, can talk about like, kind of saving up a little bit. Um, but again, listen to your intuition and following those intuitive nudges that you may get to try different things or go to certain places. Um, listen to that. So group number two, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for you, group number two. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out. What is good, group number three? Last but definitely not least, those of you who are drawn to the third image, this is your all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on what era are you stepping into. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and hop in. So already starting off here at the bottom of the deck, you got the Six of Wands. So you're this next era you're stepping into is going to be an era of recognition and a lot of attention. I see you gaining a lot of attention, a lot of eyes on you. Somebody here, if you do content or content creation on like social media, um, I definitely see like a viral moment. Or you may get like a video that just gets a shit ton of views than what you're used to getting. That's very significant for somebody here. But I'm getting a lot of attention being put on you, you being put in the spotlight. Um, make sure you're protecting yourself energetically. And if you're really smart, transmute that energy into whatever energy you want it to transmute into. Um, Yeah, I'm getting like those TikToks of those people that's like, ward your name, ward your name. So that can be significant for somebody here is warding your name. Um, and also, if you are a content creator, um, doing a transmutation energy or spells on, like when you do receive attention, that attention turns into or transmutes into money or transmutes into more viewers, more clients or customers, things of that sort. That can be very significant for somebody here. I know that that's not going to resonate for everybody watching this group, but that is a message that I am picking up. But again, a lot of attention and a lot of success you're going to be gaining. You're entering into a very successful era here. I'm drawn to the crown that's on this person's head here, and I'm getting like a crown of success. So some of you may have done a crown of success, like candle or something, or you may be feeling called to do a crown of success, candle or working or spiritual bath, something, whatever way you want to do that. Um, but again, I'm picking up a lot of success. I'm also getting that your roads are wide open. There's no blockages there. Um, and if not already, this success is like is here. I'm hearing that it's no more waiting. It's here. I'm hearing any day now. Any day now. So any day now you could receive, a big form of recognition, something that goes very successful for you or go viral for you. Um, yeah, I keep on getting the words any day now. I love that for you. Let's get some more cards though. Ooh. I didn't pick this up with the other groups, but I am picking it up with your group. You're definitely entering into a more financially abundant era. Um You have a lot of money coming your way if you haven't already received it, but a lot of financial blessings and abundance coming your way. Oh, love to see her. The Wheel of Fortune. So a lot of good luck. I'm getting a domino effect of things. So um things may start to kind of happen back to back for you. So um let's say one day it may start off small. You may find a penny on the ground. Cool, let me pick this penny up from the ground. The next day you find a quarter on the ground. Ooh, thank you, universe, for this money. Let me pick this quarter up. Then the next day after that, you find a dollar bill on the ground. Oh, shit, thank you, universe. I appreciate this. Let me pick this. Let me take this. And then the day after that, you find $100 bill on the ground. Thank you, universe. So it's like a domino effect, or yeah, a domino effect of good luck and good fortune happening for you in your life. But you see how every time, even if it was just a little penny or the little quarter, you see how grateful I was. That's what you're needing to do more of. Group number three is being more grateful, even if it's the smallest, tiniest blessing. Be grateful for it. Show as much gratitude as you can to the universe, to God, to Source, Creator, Allah, whatever you want to call it. Show as much gratitude as you can, because that gratitude shows the universe, one, that you're appreciative of it, and you're open for more. And two, um, you're opening the doors up to even bigger blessings and abundance to enter into your life, and in other forms and in other ways, and not just finding random money on the ground, but also maybe a raise or a promotion at your job, or finding a new job that pays you more, or just random deposits into your bank account, or random checks in the mail, like things like that really does happen in real life. um it may sound woo woo and crazy, but shit like that really does happen. I've had it happen, and still do have it happen all the time, in fact. Um, but yeah, just showing a little bit more gratitude as of right now. I feel like that's more collectively. I've gotten that message, I think, in group number, was it group two, I believe? I think, I don't know. Um, but yeah, definitely showing more gratitude as things progress and move forward for you. Eight of Wands here, so a lot of change. I'm specifically seeing a change in season. So you may find this era, you step into this new era at a change of a like season. So this may be like from spring to summer, or from summer to fall, fall to winter, or whatever in your region. I don't. I know here in North America, that's how the seasons usually work. I don't know if it works differently in other parts of the world. I don't know. Um, but a change of a season is very significant for this group here. This could even be a season of like the zodiac wheel. What are we in now? What is it? June? It's Gemini season, right? Yeah. So maybe because the next one is Cancer. So maybe going at the time, at least at the time I'm recording it right now, is Gemini season. So maybe going into Cancer season can be significant for you. Or the next season, or whenever you're watching this group or reading. I'm also drawn to the Ankh here with the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Ankh here that this Emperor is holding here. So that can be significant for you. Egyptian, um, it's not mythology. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, I can't even think of the word. But like ancient Egypt can be significant to you. Um, with this emperor energy here too, though, it's like you are taking life by its horns, and you are taking control. So you're entering into an era to where you are way more in control of your life, way more in control of um, how you want life to look like for you, where you want things to go for you, how you want things to turn out, things of that sort. So you are now in the driver's seat. I'm hearing the ball is in your court. And it's funny, I did a reading yesterday for someone, and that message came through. So I'm curious to know if you're watching this group here. You know who you are. But yeah, something about the ball is in your court. So you get to choose and decide how you want life to look, or this next era to look like for you. Hmm. Ooh, my goodness, group number three. This is such an abundant time in your life. You have no clue. Queen of Pentacles. So this next era is a very comfortable era for you. It's an era of financial stability and abundance, an era of um, um, being more grounded, even feeling more grounded. Some of you may have had to like fake it till you make it, but now you're entering into an era to where you're not having to fake it anymore. Like you're genuinely grounded, you're calm, you feel more at peace. Um, Something significant for somebody here about working from home. Some of you could, this next era could involve a better work-life balance with the Queen of Pentacles. Um, this is really, really good energy here, though. I usually come back and watch my readings maybe like months later. Um, so I'm hoping I pick this group. um, because I don't even remember, even when I'm done with each group, I don't remember what I talked about in each reading. Because I channel most of the time. Whew. But such a prosperous. I'm trying to think of all the adjectives to describe, this feeling I'm picking up on is such a prosperous time for you. Something significant. I know for sure on the original tarot, there's a bunny on there. And my oh shit, I overlooked it. I guess it was blending in. Here's a little bunny rabbit here, which usually talks about fertility. So some of you could be entering into a very fertile time in your life. So be careful if you don't want that. But if you do want pregnancy or expecting to get pregnant or want to get pregnant, um, it's a good season to do so. I definitely see that being going in your favor here. But I see a lot of things going in your favor in this new era of yours. While things maybe in the past have been up in the air, um, uncertainty could be significant. You're entering into a time where you feel a lot more certain. You feel a lot more, um, I don't know, you just feel a lot more optimistic and positive about life and positive about how things are moving forward for you. Lots of recognition. I'm getting a lot of compliments here, a lot of compliments from others, people complimenting, how much you've grown, how much you've changed, how much you have glowed up. Okay. I'm gonna finish off your reading with a card of any advice or guidance for you along this next era you're entering into. So, any advice or guidance for group number three, this next era? Enchantment, yeah, a big glow up here. So, cultivate beauty and magic. See beauty in the ordinary. Notice the magic and miracles in the mundane. If you cannot find beauty, then seek to create it in the world around you. So, you're in a very creative, um, um, or entering into a very creative era here, but specifically creative as far as you creating your reality. You are very magical, group number three. Specifically with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like her magic or her specialty in magic is like earth magic. So you may connect better, you may connect very well with nature. You may be called out into nature a lot more, to be outside more. Um, maybe, touching grass, hugging trees, the whole hippie shit. Even though those are actually proven very grounding, um, techniques. Um, but again, you may be called to step into your magic a lot more, and your magic, I feel like, is in nature. Um, Pulling from nature a lot more. If you're somebody who does practice, spirituality or is a spiritualist or work with, like witchcraft or things like that, spell work. You may be even called to start gathering tools or herbs and such from the spaces around you, from around your home or in your local community. um, you may be called to maybe study more on certain herbs, study on the native plants or flowers around you. um, that can be very significant for you, but I definitely see you finding magic in your day-to-day life, but also finding magic in nature. Yeah, I feel like many of you are Queen of Pentacles here. She's a natural witch. So I definitely see you really stepping into that part of yourself. Um, I definitely feel like you watching this group, you are a natural witch. You don't have to study too hard. Of course, you do need to study when you do practice. Um, but a lot of things kind of come very natural to you and very intuitive with you. And that's also partly with your connection with your ancestors too. Um, but again, a lot of things magic wise um, just come to you very naturally. You don't have to try too hard. Something about crystals can be significant. Ooh, I'm getting the restaurant crystals, but the rocks, crystals like selenite here, could be very significant for you. Maybe you're called to work with crystals a lot more, or maybe do more research on them. I'm trying to think of what crystals could be helpful for you. Getting clear quartz can be significant for you. Amethyst, getting pink calcite, that's very significant. That's very specific. Sodalite, I'm getting like a lot of purple crystals, a lot of kind of clearer crystals, even selenite here, clear quartz, rainbow quartz, moonstone, sodalite, especially if you're kind of going through your Saturn return. Sodalite is very, very great for you. What else? Somebody here, you may need to cleanse your crystals and you may need to reprogram your crystals if you have some already. That can be significant for somebody here. I know that's significant for me too. Sometimes I kind of slack on cleansing my crystals. Anything else? I don't think so. This is such a beautiful energy, group number three. I'm really excited for you to experience this new era that you're stepping into. I feel like you're ready for it. You deserve it. And it's going to be beautiful and amazing for you. So, group number three, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So, let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out.